A tragedy in Kansas City. A college football fan's best day ever. Plus, the NBA and NHL are chugging right along. All that next. 10-minute sports report. Hello and welcome, everyone. I am your host, Captain Boring. This is your 10-minute sports report. Thank you, everyone, for being here on this lovely day after Valentine's Day, the 15th of February. It is a Thursday and a day after my own mother's birthday, our number one fan. So thank you for listening. Comment down below. Happy birthday, Mom, everybody. Thank you for being here. So sad news right off the bat, and then we'll get into the good stuff. But we got to cover it, so let's just do it. Alrighty, at a parade that had more than 1 million people and on a day that was supposed to be full of celebration turned into horror and chaos at the end. At the Chiefs Super Bowl parade, where, again, like I said, more than 1 million people have been estimated to have attended. 23 people are injured and one person is dead after a shooting took place near the end of the parade. Thankfully, it was not an act of terrorism. The police do not believe, I should say, it was an act of terrorism or a symbol of something where or a mentally disturbed individual just went off. However, it was how did ESPN put it? Stem from a dispute amongst three people. Three people are in custody. The people injured ranges anywhere between 8 and 47 years old. Half of the injured were under the age of 16. All minors appear to be okay. The Lisa Lopez Glavin was killed in the shooting. She was a local radio DJ and a mother of two. So T's and P's go out to Lisa Lopez Glavin's family for sure. Fire Chief Ross Gundison said the victims included 8 critically hurt and 7 in serious condition. So T's and P's to everyone there. Guys, much better ways to solve disputes than to bring firearms into it, because it doesn't just hurt you, it hurts other people as well. So please, less guns, more talking, and more prayer indeed. So Children's Mercy in Kansas City Hospital treated 12 patients from the rally, including 11 children between the ages of 6 and 15, 9 who suffered gunshot wounds. All are expected to recover. So that's the good news in this tragedy. Again, Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions, Super Bowl parade. However, it ends on a down note. But on a happy note, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally happening. The game has been gone 11 years because of lawsuits and non-existent NIL and not being able to pay players. NCAA football has been gone way too long. Well, guess what? It's still going to be gone long. However, EA Sports College Football 25 is officially been announced today. They released a teaser trailer. The full reveal comes in May. I am excited. The game is expected this summer. Robert guesses June. I'm guessing July. No one's going to know until they reveal it in May. I am as giddy as a schoolgirl. I cannot wait for it to drop. Yes, I will start out at Michigan and then get a feel for the game and then pick the worst team and build it up. And I will probably stream that for everyone. So NCAA 14 has been a great game. Is worth a lot of money too. I still have my Xbox 360 right down here. The only reason I kept my Xbox 360 is to play this game right here, NCAA Football 14. So it will be called College Football 25 is the official new name of the game. And I cannot wait for it to drop. Full reveal in May. They dropped the teaser today. go check out the pod's Instagram page at 4th and 1 podcast, all words spelled out, 4th and 1 podcast. Add that podcast in there, ladies and gentlemen. All righty, let's turn our attention to the sports that are actually happening. On Monday night, Philadelphia and Cleveland met in Cleveland, and Philadelphia, with the new additions of Buddy Hield, finally got off the schneid with a 123-121. Donovan Mitchell had 36 points in the loss. Denver visited Milwaukee, and Milwaukee finally was up and down, mostly down since the addition of Doc Rivers, behind 36 points from Giannis Antetokounmpo, defeated the Denver Nuggets in Denver 112-95. We will go ahead and on Tuesday, this is of note, Boston beat Brooklyn 118-110 to have a 5-game winning streak. They're one of the hottest teams now in basketball. Last night, Wednesday, Miami visited Philadelphia and came away with a 109-104 win, which is not good. Philadelphia is just a thorn in Miami is just the thorn in Philadelphia's side, behind 23 points from Bam Adebayo. Tyrese Maxey's 30 points was not enough to overcome. Meanwhile, Sacramento, one of the best teams in the West, visited Denver and got a 102-98 dub. Meanwhile, the LA Clippers, one of the best teams in the Western Conference, visited Golden State, who was one of the hottest teams in the Western Conference, and won 132-125. James Harden led the way with 26 points. Steph Curry's 41 was not enough to overcome. Tonight, Milwaukee takes on Memphis. Golden State takes on Utah. Minnesota takes on Portland. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, All-Star Weekend, dunk contest, 3-point, celebrity game. I think the NBA has the best All-Star Weekend. NFL quickly coming up on that. But I think the NBA still tops them in leaps and bounds. Alrighty, the standings before we jump in to All-Star. So at the All-Star break, this is basically how it stands. Boston right now running away with the Eastern Conference. 6 games ahead of the Cleveland Cavaliers. 8 games ahead of the Bucks. 10 games ahead of the New York Knickerbockers. The 5th seed sit the Philadelphia 76ers at 10.5 back. Boston, 6-game winning streak, 8-2. Cleveland, 9-1 in their last 10. And then it's a whole bunch of losing records. 4-6 are the Bucks, 5-5 are the Knicks, and have lost 4 straight. Philadelphia's 3-7. The Pacers are 12.5 back, 5-5. Then the play-in tournament would look like this. The Heat, who are on a 2-game winning streak, they're 13 games back. The Magic are 13 games back. The Bulls are 17 games back. And then the Hawks are 19 games back. Out west, the Minnesota Timberwolves will take a 1-game lead into the All-Star break in the Western Conference. They are on a 3-game winning streak and 7-3 overall. The Thunder set a game back at 6-4 in their last 10 and on a 2-game winning streak. The Clippers are a 1.5 back, 7-3. The Nuggets are on a 3-game slide, 5-5 overall in their last 10, 2.5 games back. That's the top 4. Then 5.5 games back sit the Suns and the Pelicans. 6.5 games back in the 7th seed sit the Mavericks. 7 games back sit the Kings. 9 games back sit the Lakers. 11 games back sit the Warriors. So very kind of tight there. 9 through 11 right now. 1 through 4, very tight. 5 through 7, or 5 through 8 really, also very tight there in the Western Conference. Let's switch our attention over to hockey, who's already had their All-Star break, and they are just chugging right down the home stretch here as we are now officially halfway through February. Hard to believe. On Monday night, Seattle visited New Jersey and lost 3-1. So after their kind of hot December, they have cooled off drastically and now are falling way farther out of the playoff race. Minnesota had Minnesota at home and lost 5-3. Vegas, after a hot October, November, December, Latter half of December, January have cooled off significantly. They were losers 5-3. On Tuesday, Colorado visited Washington and got a 6-3 win. Colorado, again, a great start to the season. October, November, first half of December. Second half of December and into January have cooled off significantly as well. Seattle also visited New York, and the Islanders, I should say, and got a 2-1 shootout victory there. Anaheim Ducks visited Montreal and got blanked 5-0. Anaheim started hot and then in October and then just have stunk. They will probably end up with one of the better picks in the NHL draft coming up. No games on Wednesday that we care about, so let's look at those standings and then get you guys out of here for a weekend. In the East, the Bruins, Panthers, Lightning, those are the top three teams in the Atlantic. In the Metropolitan, Rangers, Hurricane, Flyers in that order. In the Western Conference Central, Stars 72 points, Avalanche 70 points, Winnipeg Jets 69 points. Pacific, the best team in the NHL points-wise was 78. The Canucks, then 68. The Knights. Edmonton Oilers stay hot, 8-2 in their last 10. 16-game winning streak. Vegas broke that. They're at 63 points. If the Kraken are at 54 points, and then the Ducks are in 38, and we will kind of stop covering them in general. If we look at the wild card right now in the East, it's the Maple Leafs and Red Wings with 62, 60 points respectively. However, sitting at 58 and 57 are the New Jersey Devils and the New York Islanders. In the West, I already gave you the top three in each conference. The wild cards right now are the Kings and the Blues, both with 58 points. The Nashville Predators have 56. The Calgary Flames have 55. The Minnesota Wild have 55. And let's be honest, even though the Kraken are 3-6-1 in their last 10, they won their last time out. They have 54 points. They are 4 points behind, still in the wild card if they can catch fire at the end of the season and stay hot. So the Western Conference for the wild card have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams vying currently for those two spots. Meanwhile, in the East, only 1, 2, 3, 4 teams really vying for those two spots. So Western Conference, a very deep conference, and the East a little more top heavy, I would say. Thank you, everyone, for being here for another rendition of the 10-Minute Sports Report. I got to rename these, I think, because they're mostly 15 minutes, but that's okay. You guys love me and tune in, and I do appreciate that. As we get into closer playoff time, spring football will start. NHL, NBA playoffs, that sort of thing. It'll probably be more of 3 times a week or even daily because these don't take that long. And now that I've upgraded my internet and I got fiber, these things upload like this. So I'm very more than happy to do it. Don't forget, comment down below. Happy birthday, Mom. Appreciate you. Love you, Mother. And until next time, remember, God loves you. May God bless you. Wash your hands because y'all are filthy animals. Peace out.